dare I say, I love the Rose Hill series more. So today I'm going to be doing the Newbie Booktuber Tag. I saw Indie Likes Books do this and I'm absolutely obsessed with indie, so obviously I had to do it. I have the questions screenshotted on my phone, so let's just go. The first question is, why did you start this channel? So if you've never been here before, hi, my name is Abigail. I am a 31-year-old lady. I have ADHD and I love reading. I started this channel years ago. I used to post Primark hauls, I used to post shop with me's, I used to post just like weekly vlogs whilst I was at college. Nobody watched them, but it was something just like a fun little side project for me to do on my days off and stuff. And recently I've reclaimed the channel as a booktube channel. So we're trying to be like a proper profesh booktuber and at least upload once a week. We did try 2 times a week, but that was too much work for the ADHD and also work full-time, self-employed. So there's too much going on, but once a week seems like a good area for me. So I upload every Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, but mostly Wednesdays. And yeah, I'm really excited to like get started. Question number 2 is, what are some unique things you can bring? So as I said, I am a 31-year-old lady. I think being over 30 in sort of the internet space, it can be a bit daunting because you think like, oh, is it just like young people? Like, do people care about what I have to say? But I think being the age that I am, I can sort of offer the perspective that I've given. Like I say, I'm also ADHD, so things tend to be either really chill and calm or very chaotic and crazy, and there's kind of no in between. And I'm sorry for the whiplash that you probably get. Me and myself, I am like all other girls. I wish I could say that I was so different, so unique, so crazy, but I'm really not. I love Taylor Swift, I love Harry Styles, I love Sabrina Carpenter, I love Ariana Grande. When I was a kid, I loved Bratz and Polly Pockets and Barbies. I loved Hannah Montana. Like, I loved all the shows that were on Disney Channel. That's So Raven. Like, I was just so obsessed, and I've never liked anything in a chill way. I guess what I'm saying is when you have crippling self-esteem issues, it's really hard to sell yourself. But if you're here for a good fun time, if you want to watch somebody cry on camera, I'm your gal. So the next question is, what are you most excited for? I think I'm honestly most excited for having the project, for something to do, something to sort of accompany my reading, because I feel like I speak to my friends about the books that I'm reading, but they're not necessarily books that they would then go out and purchase because I said it was really good. Me and my friends have very different reading tastes. So it's somewhere for me to just yap about books that I like. And I'm really excited to like try different editing styles and just like have that as a little thing under my wing. What do they call it? A string to your bow. I'm just excited to have a creative outlet and to be able to do something, you know, on my days off that isn't just boring housework. It's like, okay, I've got this and this to do, and then I can go film a video. Yeah. Why do you love reading is the next question. That feels loaded. I love reading because I really enjoy the escapism. I'm a big fantasy reader, so I really enjoy the escapism, but I also read a lot of literary fiction, historical fiction. I like to feel things through the books that I read. I'm not somebody that processes my own emotions very well, so sometimes reading books that are a bit more sad or a bit more deep, or I tend to read books that hurt my feelings, which is a series that I started on this channel, is reading books that hurt my feelings. I don't know if I could directly say what started my love of reading, but I think I was so obsessed with Roald Dahl and Matilda specifically. Matilda and the BFG specifically were my 2 favourites, and they are what really got me into reading. My mum and dad, I used to make them read to me every night, and like when the first Harry Potters came out, they used to read them to me. I would always know if they skipped a page, and I just love the art of storytelling, whether it's in a book, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a film, whether it's a painting. I am just obsessed with storytelling as an adult with unlimited free time because, well, I'm self-employed, but I don't have kids. So I can kind of just do what I want with that free time, and reading is what occupies most of that time. When did you start reading? I've kind of already answered that, but I started reading obviously when I was a child. I was obsessed with stories, and then I took a big break, I think, at the end of high school. Studying texts for exams really took my love out of reading, especially with the texts that we read at school. Some of them were quite difficult reads, so I kind of took a bit of a break. And then when I was about 26, I read Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. That really got me back into reading. That really reminded me why I liked reading. And then I took another break from reading for a little while. I read a couple of thrillers in there. Nothing really to write home about. And then I read A Certain Hunger by Charlotte. Who is it? Chelsea? Charlotte. Chelsea G. Summers. I had to check. And it was sort of the first like weird girl fiction that I read. And from there, as soon as I finished A Certain Hunger, I devoured it in like 2 days. As soon as I finished A Certain Hunger, I went on to read the entire ACOTAR series, Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, the full Magnolia Park series. It was anything I could get my hands on. I was like, I need to read it. I need to read it. And it was also all of the popular books I saw on Book Talk. I was like, I need to know. Like, I need to be in on the fun. I want to know what the hype is. I want to know why people are obsessed with this. And lo and behold, I was obsessed with it. I am like every other girl. I wish I could say that I like very obscure novels, but that's not true. Like, if something's popular on Book Talk, I'm gonna read it. I feel like I'm answering all of these already. Next question is, what book got you into reading? I'll show you. So this is sort of the longest that I've gone continuously reading. I've had a few slumps here and there. I sort of tend to slump towards the end of a year, and then the new year comes around and I'm like, yes, all the books again. But the first book that I read as an adult that really like kick-started my reading and it never stopped was A Certain Hunger by Chelsea Summers. This is about Dorothy Daniels. She is a food critic. It gets crazy is all I will say. It was definitely one of those that if you've been in a reading slump and you want something sort of like weird to kind of get you out of the slump, something that you wouldn't normally read, I would definitely recommend this. The next question is, what kind of books do you like to read? So like I told you, I'm sort of anything for the book girlies. I'm obsessed with all of the stuff that's popular on Book Talk, but I will go through some of the ones up here that really tickle my pickle, or whatever analogy you want to use. So I love Kristen Hanna. I think she does historical fiction so well. I'm completely obsessed with The Women and the Nightingale. If you are a girl who wants to get into historical fiction, you think some of them, you just look at them and go, oh, I don't know if that looks a bit wanky. Try these. Both of them absolutely blew my mind. Obsessed. Both 5-star reads. Like I mentioned before, I also really like the Magnolia Park series, but I feel like the last 2 books really solidified that for me. So Daisy Hates the Great Undoing and then Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. This is a big book. So this book is over 700 pages of grief and just pain, but there are so many beautiful things also in it. I don't know how to explain, because it's the last book in the series so far, so I don't want to ruin anything. I think this is probably my most annotated book that I have, because I've read it on my Kindle and then I got the nice covers. When I go through, I'm going to annotate the physical copies, which I might make a book about. No, I might make a video for. So good. Next, we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. A lot of people have said that you either love Phantasma and think Enchantra's okay, or you think Phantasma's okay and you love Enchantra. So I'm a bit nervous to read Enchantra because I loved Phantasma so much. I wasn't expecting it to. This is the first dark romance that I've read. I didn't really know how I was going to feel about it, but damn. Next we have Fourth Wing. Again, another Book Talk staple, viral book. I really liked this. I found it really fast paced for me. A lot of people have said that they get a bit bored, but I found it quite fast paced and I was all in straight away. Loved Fourth Wing. I've also read the rest of the series and I love that too. And then Metal Singer by Rachel Schneider. I also loved this, devoured this, thought it was incredible. Can't wait for Light Wielder to come out. I love a fantasy romance, a romantasy if you will. I love a romantasy and you can't convince me of anything else. Like, romantasy wins. I'm sorry, it just wins. And then in terms of just sort of contemporary romance, I really love the Rose Hill series from Elsie Silver. Dare I say I love the Rose Hill series more than Chestnut Springs? Maybe. These were so easy to read. I love Elsie Silver's writing. Again, if you're a regular on BookTube, you probably read them. Like I say, I love to be in on the fun. The next question is, where do you read? So even though this is the reading room, I don't read in here because it's not very big and there's nowhere for like a comfy chair. It's literally just the desk chair and I get a numb backside. So normally I either read downstairs in the living room or I read in my bed. You'll probably see downstairs quite a lot in my reading vlogs. Or this room here, I don't tend to film in my bedroom. I feel a bit weird about that. But yeah, this is where you'll see the majority of the sit down videos. Probably me going between the two sofas downstairs is where you'll see a lot of the reading vlogs. Next question is, what does your book collection look like? Well, you're looking at her. You're looking at her. I also have some in this cupboard here, up there. Lovely. But they're mostly on these shelves here. And then I have my TBR cart here, which has books on. And then I have, like I say, a pile of childhood books that I really want to find somewhere to put them, to like display them and be like, oh, this is the start of my reading journey. But I've just not found anywhere to put them yet, so they're on the floor. This is it. This is the books. This is where we are. This is what's going on. Next one is questions to ask favourite booktubers. So my favourite girls to watch on booktube are Laura Reed's, used to be Paperback Honey. I really like Emmy Reed's as well. Emmy Rossum, love her content. I like Larry Reed's. I feel like I need to change my name to Abby Reed's or something, Abigail Reed's. I really, really like Larry Reed's as well. And I like Destiny Sidwell, which is What's Des Reading. I really like her too. I don't know what questions I would have for them actually. It would probably be more technical questions like, what do you edit with? Like, what programs do you edit with? How did you sort of develop your editing style? Did you have experience in editing before that you started this? All that kind of stuff. I don't know if I would have any sort of like big questions for them. It would probably just be like, what books would you like recommend to like anyone? What are the books that like stick with you, I guess? I don't know. So the next one is challenges to overcome. I think challenges to overcome is probably just going to be my own head. My own brain is going to be the biggest challenge to overcome. I am a serial overthinker. I get to the end of a video and I hate it. I post it anyway, but I hate it because I've hated looking at myself for so long, or not structure myself well enough to be able to put videos out, which is why I'm starting to film on my days off and like begin editing as much of the video as I can on the days off from my actual work. I think that's probably going to be like the biggest one to overcome because I'm not very good with time management at all. So yeah, I think I've covered them all from the description of this random video that I found. In summary, if you're looking for a fellow ADHD pal, if you're looking for somebody who cries a lot, if you're looking for somebody who gives sort of like an unfiltered review, if you're looking for somebody who just like wants to be in on the fun, looking for somebody Scottish to follow, then you should do that. You should follow me. This is the part, maybe this is the challenge to overcome, is selling myself to people, being like, this is why you should follow me. And in reality, I'm like, follow anyone else, like literally follow anyone else. Any of the other book goers will be better than me. Anyway, I need to go to the shop now, so I still not really figured out how I end videos, but thanks for watching. I love you and I'll see you soon. Bye.